What's up, guys? We're still alive. How cool is that? We're here on Earth right now in these bodies, experiencing this moment. Wow. That's amazing. Isn't it amazing? I think that's amazing. And you're here at the same time as me. Like, you came here. Why did we come? Why did we come back? I have no idea. Let's find out. But yeah, on that, just halfway through the journey up, heading north. So just to recap, I came from the south of Portugal up to Spain, then on the ferry, and then from the south of England I'm going up to Scotland now, to my old home, the land of the Scots, where let's not get into Scotland, England history and things like that. But yeah, while driving it's a great time to contemplate, and yeah, lots of things coming to me. I'm not sure where to start or what to share, but I am in gratitude that I can share. That's one thing that's coming to me, even though I'm not natural in front of the camera and it's not something that I ever thought I'd be doing. It's kind of cool to be able to share things, share these journeys and these memories. There's a film called Into the Wild, which you should maybe check out. I recommend it. I don't watch a lot of films now, but that's one I watched in the last few years. And in it there's a quote, and it says, like, happiness is only real when it's shared. And it's something like, if you're on your own journey, if you're on like a sovereign path, and I'm not going to call it like alone, because since I've been on this path, I've been less lonely than being in and this is no criticism to my ex-wife who I was in a long marriage with, but I feel less lonely now because I'm like finally sort of finding myself and my truth and my authenticity, and I think that's really where it all comes from and where the magic happens. And I think this is the kind of work we need to do, this kind of radical self-love it's called, and we have, I'm still in this process, and it's like, a lot of the times maybe in relationships we're not fully healed and it becomes a struggle, and I do associate like our new relationship maybe with losing freedom now, like, so because I'm on this freedom route, it's kind of heading from that opposite direction, but hopefully I meet somebody in future who has also kind of went a similar path and done the work, and then you kind of meet equally without sort of taking or without trying to maybe fix the other person or heal the other person or working through old traumas and triggers. It's kind of like bring yourself into that place first before the relationship. That's what I believe now is my intentions, and that I'm doing this work now for the future. But yeah, less about less about me, but just more on the point of, the point was more about when you're on your own, you sometimes have all these fantastic experiences, and is it even real? If it's not been shared with someone, it's kind of where the quote's getting at. It's kind of like, if the tree falls in the forest and you're not there, does it make a sound? Like, we can all have different beliefs on this. Personally, I believe like everything we experience counts, whether someone else is there or not. I do believe, like, whether you want to call it the Akashic records or this karma or something, it's like we are all one. Basically, we are all part of that source. We're all, there's a saying like life, we are consciousness experiencing itself. So, like, because a knife can't cut itself, the consciousness has to break itself. Consciousness, or the universe, or God, or whatever you want to put the word on that, but we are all part of that, and we all have our unique expression of that. So, on another hand, I do believe, like, every thought, every action, every word we speak it does count, and it is all going somewhere, right? Whether it's recorded or not, or whether somebody else is with you or not. So it's really important to have that awareness. I think that every another thing is, like, there's nothing really outside ourselves, so it's all coming from ourselves. So the more we can get ourselves into this place where we are centered, and where we are doing this work, then the more we can see things changing on the outside and in other people, and the more we can affect, we can realize that a lot of these issues are coming from us. So it's like, I was in the shops the other day looking at like sandals, because I'm doing this Camino pilgrimage. I think I maybe mentioned that before, but it goes from Portugal to Spain. It's a very spiritual route. I think it's on ley lines as well. So anyway, I was in the shop, and one of the other customers was getting shoes brought to him, and the man serving him, the boy serving him, said, like, "Sir," and he said, "Oh, don't call me sir. Oh, I don't know what to," and he didn't know what, and he says what he wanted to be called, but he says, "Oh, just don't call me sir." And later we kind of were together, and all three of us, and I said, maybe brother, we're brothers, maybe brother was the word you were looking for. And he was like, yeah, and it's kind of, he said, "No, I don't speak to my brother's got a problem with me." And the first thing that came to my mind was, and I held back on saying this because I didn't want it to come across like a criticism or a judgment of him, but I was thinking, no, you have the problem. And of course, it's very easy for us to say, we have, this person has a problem with me, or this person, or this, that. But really, these relationships that we have are there to teach us something about ourselves. And really, it's always us. It's always something within us. And as we change, sometimes other people don't change at the same speed. And sometimes the other people try to hold on to like an old version of you. And maybe there's conflict there. There's all the but the conflict is always coming from us. It's always a fear. It's a fear that this person can affect our peace, or a fear that they can take something from us, or a fear that they can upset us. And really, it's only us that can do that. It's only our reaction that causes it. So this is why sometimes it's about doing this work and being calm and responding rather than reacting. So just being aware of the triggers. And I know this is so common. Like, I know Ram Dass, who was a great spiritual kind of guru teacher, he used to say, we all think we're enlightened until we go back to speak to our parents. And it's very true. It's very true. It's something that we all, I'm sure, experience, because we want to hold our truth and authenticity, but sometimes that light and that energy we're holding can bring out darkness in others. Sometimes it can bring out light in others, and sometimes with these old relationships it can be challenging. And it's just, again, it's a process, it's a mirror, it's something to work on and to be aware of, and just to try and hold yourself like intact, so you don't have to change yourself, like, but be aware that you may need to like go to a different level to keep the flow with these old relationships. So it's not selling yourself, I don't believe, and it's not but this is the way I deal with it now. I think in the past people have said, I'm cutting these people off because they're toxic, or they're no longer on my vibration and frequency, and I do get it. I understand that. Sorry for the sat nav. I understand that thought process, and it's quite noble in a way that you just want to be authentically yourself all the time. But there's a saying, I'll try and get this right now. It's like, always tell the truth, but the truth doesn't always have to be told. So sometimes if you just hold back and try and pause and be a bit more gentle with it, and try and be forgiving as well, for some people don't mean what they say.
After a quarter of a mile, use the right 3 lanes to continue on the M6 towards Preston, Wigan.
Sorry for the interruptions, but they don't mean to. It's maybe old programming in them.
Now keep right.
Sorry, it's maybe old programming in them. So just holding
Follow
on.
the motorway.
That's it. It's 30 miles now. There's going to be no more satellite navigation talk. But yeah, sorry. This is just my experience and my sharing, and yeah, that's all it was coming back to. Was I'm just grateful to be able to share some of my journey, even though I'm on my own. I think this is helping me to express myself. That tells you where the speed cameras are. That's okay. We like that. it helps me to communicate, helps me to share, so, and hopefully helps other people out there who are going through similar stages in life. You know, I think it's all been, I know that I've helped other people, just like people who've kind of gravitated towards me for some guidance through whatever issues. So I'm hoping in future, like if there's people who, you know, if you've went through similar things, or if you find the world's a bit, if you're looking to find your place in the world, or looking to work through certain things, then that's really where I would like to, you know, give a bit of inspiration, and just know that everything is going to work out okay, and everything is happening for you. You know, it's all within you. The change is all within you. The solutions are all within you. Like, you've got this. Like, it might not be instant, like we expect everything to be, but as soon as you start to follow this little voice inside, this little box that wants to open, that wants to take you on a leap of faith, then things will start to open up, as I said before. You know, start to have these experiences and these synchronicities and this guidance, that, because really everything wants you to succeed. There might seem like roadblocks, and there are, you know, and there's stages to go through, and there's tests where, you know, you might come to a dead end. It's like a labyrinth, you know, it's almost like a labyrinth. You think you're getting somewhere. Oh, I've got this all figured out, you know, I'm all love and light, I'm all peace now, everything, I'm just, you know, I'm totally zen, everything's good, and bang, something, you feel differently the next day, or as you get involved in this situation, you're back in the mind, you're back in this loop. So it's another thing you have to work through. But the more you're aware of the fact that it's all in your hands, it's all in you, the more you can really just accept and flow and understand that, okay, you're not quite there yet. There is more to be done. There is more, and the right methods, you know, and they say, you know, when the student's ready, the teacher arrives. It's very true as well. It's like, you can't force these things. You can't force. It's almost like, I sometimes feel like I'm living my life in rewind. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like it's all mapped out. I mean, you might want to even look at free will if that interests you, that topic, but they say now that almost like we don't have free will, because these decisions that we think we're making are actually made before our brain engages at that conscious level, which is quite a thing to understand in itself. But maybe that explains why, I don't know if you've ever used a crystal, and you can use it like on a chain, and it works on like a deeper level of your energy in your body, and you can ask yourself questions and it can give you the answers that way. And in my experience, it's always right. I actually keep like a quartz on my chain for using like that, so it's something that you might want to. It's the same with, like, you know how they dowse for water on these energy lines and things. It's the same kind of energy frequency that it works through. So yeah, try it out. Like, see what you think. You might think it's nonsense, but from my experience, it works. But yeah, as I was saying, I can't remember how I got into that, but before that I was saying, you know, basically everything at the right time. Like this video, I hope will go to the right people at the right time. Although it's not, I don't think I'm ever going to have this kind of big audience or mass thing that everybody's that kind of gets or understands, or but I do believe, and I have believed, that, you know, there has been this big shift for a long time happening, and the more people that kind of go with that, the more people will be, I believe, searching for truth and sovereignty and freedom and these kind of deeper callings that come. And yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. That's quite a long lot of rambling, and hopefully there's something in there for you. But I am, as I say, halfway there, and I'm looking forward to a coffee and something to eat soon, and some fuel up myself in the car. And yeah, I'll see you next one, guys. Ciao.